Good morning, everyone. We are discussing about the tissues in the plants and as well as animals. In the plant tissues, already we have finished that. There are two types of tissues in the plants, that is meristematic tissues and permanent tissues. Again, in the permanent tissues, simple tissues and complex permanent tissues. Again, in the simple tissues, parenchyma, collenchyma as well as the sclerenchyma, and xylem and phloem comes under the category of complex permanent tissues. So we have discussed about the complete plant tissues and their structure, shape as well as their functions and their locations where they are presented. Okay, and now today in this video I am going to teach you about the animal tissues. Tissues that present in the animal body, including the human beings, because human beings also the social animals. So the tissues that are present in the animal body. First of all, the tissues, the cells, the group of cells which perform the similar function and originated from the same place, those are called as tissues. So according to the function and the location and the structure, based on all these three features, animal tissues have been classified into four types. Epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue. Muscular tissue is also said to be as muscle tissue. And the fourth one is nerve tissue or nervous tissue. Here are the four types of tissues we can find in the animal body: epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue as well as the nervous tissue. So let us learn about the epithelial tissue. Today we will discuss about the epithelial tissue as well as the connective tissue if possible. Okay, remaining we will discuss in the next class. So first of all, epithelial tissue, the tissue which is presented on the outer coverage of the total body. The tissue that is presented on the outer coverage of the total body is called as epithelial tissue. And this is a very important tissue. It will cover the total body, it will protect the body, and also it is covering the complete the internal organs. The covering of the internal organs is completely formed by the epithelial tissue. So this tissue may be present in some areas, it will be very thin, in some areas it will be very much thick. Based on that, it means that in some areas of the body it will be one layered cells will be presented there. In some areas there will be more than one layers of cells are presented there. So based on the number of layers of the epithelial cells in the body, the total epithelial tissue is divided into two types. That is simple epithelium and stratified epithelium. They are the two types of epithelial tissue we find in our body, in the animal body. So stratified epithelium means It is a kind of epithelium which is having the more than one layer of the cells. One layer of more than one layer of the epithelial cells are presented in this tissue. So it is called as stratified, more than one stratified epithelium. Usually this is present in the skin. The total skin of the body, which is the protective layer, the epidermis of the skin, which is the protective layer completely, it is formed by the combination of stratified epithelium. It is having the nearly 5 to 6, 7 layers of epithelial cells will be presented on the epidermis of the skin. Epidermis of the skin means outer layer of the skin. Epidermis outer layer, inner layer is called as dermis in the skin. We will learn in the coming lessons about the skin. Okay, the stratified epithelium, it is present in the skin and it is majorly protective in nature, and also it prevents the entry of the disease causing germs. It prevents the entry of the fungi, algae, bacteria, protozoans, viruses until you make your skin properly. If you are not taking care about your skin, automatically your skin will be spoiled. It will not be as a protective layer for you. So that always keep your skin very much clear and neat, so that it will become a protective layer for the body. It will not allow any kind of disease causing germs into our body. That is the stratified epithelium. These cells are present in a compact manner without leaving any kind of intercellular spaces. As I told you yesterday already, intercellular spaces, when the cells are attached to each other tightly, compactly arranged, so there won't be any spaces between the cells. But whereas if the cells are present loosely arranged in this way, you might be finding the intercellular spaces. This is called intercellular space. So these type of spaces will not be present in the stratified epithelium, because these are all arranged compactly, very tightly packed. Okay, that's why the intercellular spaces will not be present here in the stratified epithelium as well as in the simple epithelium also. Now let us learn about the simple epithelium. Simple epithelium, except the skin, remaining all the body parts which is presented. Simple epithelium means only one layer of epithelial cells will be presented, and these may be rectangular in shape, square shaped, and polygonal shaped, and isodiametrical in diameter. So in different forms of cells will be presented, but only one layer of cells are presented. That's why these are all called as simple epithelium. And based on the location they present, based on the location and the type of the cell, size of the cell and the shape of the cell, the simple epithelium has been divided into 4 types. Squamous epithelium, columnar epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, columnar epithelium, and the ciliated epithelium. Squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, columnar epithelium, and ciliated epithelium. These are the 4 types of simple epithelium are present in our body, in the animal body. our body means animal's body. Remember, okay? Squamous epithelium, mostly it is presented in the lining of the blood vessels, and cheek of the mouth. This is the area, internal area of the cheeks of the mouth, this face, as well as in the body linings completely, body linings. And these are in these areas this squamous epithelium is presented there. This is hexagon in shape, without leaving any kind of intercellular spaces, and the nucleus is present prominently in the center, and it looks like a this structure. When you see from the top like this, it looks like a tiles on a floor. Which one? The squamous epithelium. And all the cells are tightly packed without leaving any kind of intercellular spaces. If possible to present also, they are very much small size. Okay, but actually it is negligible. So intercellular spaces will be completely absent in between the cells because they are compactly arranged. The squamous epithelium. Okay, it is presented in the lining of the blood vessels, as well as the cheeks of the mouth, and also the total body, the covering of all the hollow organs, internal organs of the body, outer covering of the internal organs of the body is completely because of the squamous epithelium. And one thing I want to tell you that the epithelial tissue it cannot present by its own. It will be taking shelter, or it will be attached to the one particular basement. This basement is a group of cells or gelatine material. That means the jelly-like structure will be presented that is called as basement. On that the epithelial tissue will be present. Whatever the epithelial tissue you take, that is the whether it is simple epithelium or stratified epithelium, or squamous epithelium, or cuboidal epithelium, or columnar, or ciliated, whatever that, if you take it, these epithelial tissue will be presented on the basement tissue of the body. The basement tissue is formed by the combination of a group of cells or a gelatine material. Gelatine material means the material which is like a gel. Okay, that is called basement. What is that called? Basement. On the basement only these epithelial tissue will be presented. Okay, and let us move to the cuboidal epithelium. Cuboidal epithelium. When you see the cuboidal epithelium, it is the name is saying that it is like a cube shape. The name is saying that it's like a cube shape like this. Cube shaped, and the nucleus is presented at the center. So the center portion of this cell, this epithelial tissue, this cell will be bulged out. Looks like a diagonal. And these also presented on a basement tissue compulsorily. Without the basement tissue, this tissue will not be present. This is the cuboidal tissue. It is presented in the nephrons of the kidneys. Nephrons means these are the tissues. These are the tubules like structures which are present in the kidneys, where the filtration of urine will be taken. The filtration of blood will be taken, and from the blood urine is separated. So in such a nephrons, this cuboidal epithelium is present. Okay, the location where you find the cuboidal epithelium, this is the question will be asked in the exams. You should write it is in the nephrons of the kidney. It is located in the nephrons of the kidneys. That you have to write. Digestive tract, as well as the respiratory tract, trachea, these all it is presented, but particularly in the nephrons of the kidney, this particular tissue will be presented. Not only in the blood vessels also, as we have discussed already, blood vessels in 8th standard we have discussed already blood vessels, arteries as well as veins and capillaries. Especially capillaries are completely made up of this cuboidal epithelium. Okay. Now let us move to the columnar epithelium. The name is telling that these are like a column-like structures. Column-like structure, long, elongated cells will be, this is the basement, long, elongated cells will be presented like this. And they have the nucleus in this way, long, elongated cells will be presented there. They have the nucleus like this. Okay. So these are mostly present in the what is that? Let me 1 minute. Yes, these columnar epithelium. This is the columnar epithelium. It is presented in the alimentary canal, right from the mouth to anus. The total alimentary canal, alimentary tract, right from the mouth to anus, the total alimentary tract is completely composed of this columnar epithelium. Okay, and come to the next one is ciliated epithelium. Even the columnar epithelium is also presented in the sensory organs. Sensory organs, all the sensory organs are equipped with this columnar epithelium. Move to the ciliated epithelium. Ciliated epithelium, it is also looks like a columnar epithelium, but at the top of this epithelial tissue there are hair-like projections will be presented, and these are called as cilia. These are called as cilia. A thread-like, hair-like projections will be presented there, that is cilia. And because of these projections, this tissue is said to be as ciliated epithelium. Ciliated epithelium. And these cilia are like broom of our house. What we will do with the broom? We clean our rooms. Wherever the dust particles are there, where the materials, unwanted materials are presented, those all will clean with the broom. In the same way, this ciliated epithelium, with the help of this cilia, it will clean up the complete body. Wherever the unwanted material is there, wherever the undigested food is there, wherever the toxic material is there, everything will be cleaned by this ciliated epithelium. Mostly it is presented right from the mouth to anus of the alimentary canal, as well as the ureters of the kidney. Ureters, the two tube-like structures will be presented growing from the kidney, and these will bring the urine to the urinary bladder. These are called ureters. So these ureters and the fallopian tube will be presented. Fallopian tube. It is a long tube-like structure that is presented in the reproductive system of the female. This is called fallopian tube. Reproductive system of the female, the tube-like structure will be presented, that is called fallopian tube. In the walls of the fallopian tube is completely ciliated epithelium. In the nose, in the respiratory tract, right from the nose to the lung, that tracheae, bronchioles, inside the lungs, these all areas, this ciliated epithelium is presented, because these are having the cilia, hair-like projections, which can clean, wipe out all the materials and send them forward direction. So that is the ciliated epithelium. Beside of this one, sensory epithelium is presented, glandular epithelium is presented, and pigmented epithelium is presented in the skin. The melanin will be produced by that, and in the taste buds also the this epithelial tissue is presented, glandular epithelium that is, and sensory epithelium, the sense organs it is presented. So the epithelial tissue, it is completely presented in our body wherever, what not, wherever the skin or whatever the body parts are there, everywhere of this body, this epithelial tissue will be present. And it is very important, it is primarily protective in nature. Everything it will protect, it will give shape, it will cover the body organs. That is about the epithelial tissue. Okay, next video we will discuss about the connective tissue. Okay, thank you.